Hi. We'll start again with the program that we left last time with. So we have asked the user to input a 3-digit number. So I'll just make a new file. So input, I'm just say enter a 3-digit number. So he enters it out. And of course, I'm going to take it in a number. I'm going to take it in a number, but this input will store whatever the user sends as a string, which means you need to convert it to an integer, which can be done by the int built-in function. So I'm going to call the int function and I'm going to say I'm going to convert whatever he's inputted into a particular number. Now what I need to do is, let's say we had said that in the last lecture we had said if the number entered by the user was 253, I wanted the program to return to him the reverse of the number. Reverse of the number, and reverse of the number is of course 352. And also I wanted him to return the sum of digits of the number, which would be 2 plus 5 plus 3, that is 10. Okay, this is what I want it to return. All right, so how do we go about with this? Let's say I'm going to call a function. I'm going to call a function in which I'm going to pass this number as a parameter. I'm going to call this function. If I'm going to call the function, it's going to be rev, and I'm going to pass the parameter num. Okay, so I'm going to call this function rev, which is going to have the parameter num be passed to it, which means what? Which means I need to define this function. This function is not a built-in function which I need to define. How do I define it? I have to define it before calling the function itself. I need to define it somewhere above. So let me say def and I say rev, and here I can say it requires a particular parameter, any parameter. Can I just say n? Okay, one particular parameter. This function will take one particular parameter, and we know for sure that this parameter is going to be a number of a 3-digit. So what must I do to this 3-digit number? This number, I should reverse it. How do I reverse this particular number? Let me say if my number is n, and then I will divide it by, let's say if I divide it by 10, can you tell me what the answer is going to be? The answer is going to be 253 floor division by 10. Floor division by 10 is going to be 25. No. I wanted 3. From 253, I want the digit 3. So if I can do the process of getting each of these digits, can I reverse it? And also, can I find out the sum of the digits? Yes, I can. So I need to find out, I can just do something like this. Okay, so if I do an n modulus 10, what is the meaning of that? I'm going to take a remainder. I'm going to take a remainder from 253. So n can be any number, but I'm just taking as an example 253 modulus 10 is going to be equal to 3, which means I'm storing the lowest significant digit. Okay, that is what I'm getting when I do an n modulus 10. If I store that in something called as, okay, I store this particular value saying this is the lowest significant digit, LSD. Okay, and then I'll just then say, okay, I want to find out now what is the quotient. How can I find out the quotient? This is the remainder 3. Okay, so now if I divide the same number, if I divide it by 10, can I find out if I do something like this? I say n, or 253 floor division by 10 is going to be equal to 25. So this is what I'm going to have, 25, and of course I'm going to store this back into a particular variable, let me say remainder.